Hello wannabe mechanics, in this video we will show you how to replace the rotors and the brake pads on a Audi A6 Sline 3.0 liters V6 TDI Quattro 330 horsepower. Brake pads do a lot of work to stop your car and tend to need the most attention. The friction material on the brake pad will wear down over time and use. You'll know the brake pads are ready to be replaced if you experience any of these conditions. Decreased braking performance. As the brake pad friction material wears thin, braking efficiency can decrease, leading to increased stopping distances. It's not fun to hear, but the pads have a metal sensor that's made to squeal when they are almost worn out. Some vehicles are equipped with electronic brake pad sensors. When the pad wears down, the sensor will turn on a dash warning light. Grinding. If you hear a grinding sound, most likely the brake pad metal backing has come in contact with the brake rotor because of worn friction material. Immediate attention should be given to the brake system.
Don't go anywhere, guys. Meet you back in the shop right after our short intro.
For the front brakes, you will need the following: a brake bar and a 17mm socket to remove the wheel, a T45 for the front bolt on the brake caliper, a T30 Torx for the bolt holding the rotor, a 21mm socket for the caliper bracket, along with the brake bar. A 9mm hex bit to remove the caliper sliding pins. A metal wire brush. Some WD-40. Some brake cleaner to clean the rotors. For the back end brakes, you will need the following: a flat end screwdriver, two wrenches, a 13mm and a 15mm for the sliding pins, a brake piston press, a diagnostic tool, or if you don't have one, check the episode I linked below about manually retracting the calibration bolt, the new brake pads and the new rotors. Loosen up the lug nuts and suspend the vehicle using a jack. Place a jack stand and the wheel under the car as secondary safety measures. Remove the T45 bolt holding the front cap and the metal bracket. Remove the metal bracket. Remove the sliding pins using the 9mm hex bit. steer left so you get better access to the brake pads. Use the flat-end screwdriver to compress the two pistons just enough for the caliper to break free. Remove the old brake pads and suspend the caliper. Remove the two 21mm bolts holding the caliper bracket. Remove the T30 bolt holding the rotor in place. Gently hit the old rotor with a hammer until the rotor breaks off. Clean all the rust off the flange. You can apply some anti-corrosion paste for brake components. Then you can place the new rotor and thread the T30 bolt back in. Recommended torque is 5 Nm. Clean the surface of the rotor using brake cleaner. Rotors are treated with a thin, greasy anti-corrosion paste. Thread the two 21mm bolts holding the caliper bracket. Recommended torque is 196 Nm. Clean the rust off the rails before inserting the caliper. Insert the new brake pads. Put the caliper back in place. Thread and tighten the guiding pins up to 30 Nm using the 9mm hex bit. Place the front cap and the metal bracket onto the caliper and thread the T45 bolt back in. Apply some more anti-corrosive paste, grease the lug nuts and attach the wheel. Recommended torque for the lug nuts is 120 Nm. Lower the car and you are done working on the front brakes. To replace the back brake pads, you need to use a diagnostic tool, or you can do it manually as shown in the video I link below. Go to Selection, Parking Brake, Basic Settings, OK, Start Brake Pads Replacement and Start. This way you will retract the adjusting bolt. As I said previously, you can do that manually as well. Now you can work on the brakes. Remove the old wear sensor. Use the 13mm counter holding with the 15mm to remove the two bolts behind the caliper. Compress the piston in order to release the caliper. Remove the connector from the electric motor. Remove the old brake pads and the old hardware. Clean the rails before inserting the hardware. Use the press to push the piston all the way in, otherwise the new brake pads won't fit. Insert the new hardware. Insert the new brake pads, they only fit the right way. Place the brake caliper over the brake pads and thread the two 13mm bolts. Insert the connector for the electric motor. Tighten the bolts up to 35 Nm. Insert the new wear sensor and connect it to the wiring. Grease the lug nuts and attach the wheel. Lower the car and tighten the lug nuts up to 120 Nm. Go through the same steps in the diagnostic tool to calibrate the calipers. And you are done. Great job, guys! Thank you very much for watching. Use the comments section for any questions or suggestions, and if you find our videos interesting, make sure you subscribe for the latest wannabe mechanic videos. Bye bye!